taken, well, took the free kick in the end.
Open up here, Carlton, if they can move it quickly.
O'Halpin the target. Big stretch, he got it. Then played on. Little kick forward inside the 50. McLean back with weight. Back to O'Halpin. Now O'Halpin on the left to Cruz with the half volley. Not quite. Oh, Brennan's collected him high.
That's terrific work by Cruiser.
Offside.
He won the hard ball down in the back pocket, positioned himself beautifully behind the wall.
It was good running, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And has not flinched one bit there, and he's going to kick a goal.
When he got the first ball, he did exactly the same thing. He kicked his head over the football. He's quite remarkable like that, isn't he, for a big guy?
It could be one that the tribunal might look with that one. We've seen a couple already this year with the obviously the head sacrosanct.
Gets on the line ballish, that one.
Yeah, it does.
To see. But yeah, it's certainly going to be looked at, you'd think.
So can he finish a big play here, Cruiser, from one end of the ground to the other? He's not going to come back.
Deserved better.
Can so often be the case. He would have done a lot of really gut running, and we see the hit again. No, probably not much to answer there for.
So Drummond to bring it in again. Carlton lead it by 2 points. Drummond. To Brennan. Whoops. In trouble. Drummond on the ground, kicks it back, looking for Brennan. He'll have to show some skill here. Mirror sliding to the ground, deflects it back across the line, so they'll regroup and do it again. Hancock has grabbed the footy.
I think that proves that the umpires will have to make it a certain force behind, because I reckon he must have thought seriously then that was knocked in from 10 metres out.
Adcock drives it to our commentary side. Offhand's Power. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. Lukey Power back towards the middle. Clever kick. Riscatelli, a runner alongside. Redden draws a man. Back to Riscatelli. Down towards half forward. Not a good kick. Wide of Brown. Thornton made the error. Brown got the footy. And Favola on the lead. And that is quick thinking by Favola, because he had to anticipate almost a turnover there. He was on the move as soon as that ball beat the defender, Thornton.
He was very stiff, wasn't he, Thornton? He just didn't bend his back and his legs to get downward. But Brown will kick the ball with Favola, I suspect, more than any other player in the Lions team. He's a beautiful user of the footy, Brown, if he's not having a shot for goal.
I think with Brown behind you, you're rather anxious to get into your getaway move. Here's Favola. He's got two. Oh, a story is brewing at the Gabba.
Well, I guess we knew before the game that they have to kick half their score. At the moment, they've kicked their score. But I guess if you've got to have two players that have got to kick 10 goals between them, well, Brown and Favola's got it too. I don't think we couldn't remember the last time the two leading goal kickers from the previous year and in fact played in the same team. It's just amazing that they've ended up together.
Thornton just had to get his body behind the ball, though.
He did.
Yep.
So Fev with a couple, Brown with one, and an assist.
Okay, eyes up, Rux.
And the Lions now lead the Blues. After Thornton had made a blue down back. Warnock, Carazzo, they're doing well in the centre square. Simpson on the wrong side gets a lot of mileage and that lot of metres, and Adcock reads it best. Only played half the match last week with the ankle problem, but he came up okay in a training run yesterday. Leuenberger front spot. Sherman on the end of the handball from Stiller. And then Staker down the line. Good spoil closing by Anderson.
You see the changing in the Lions setup. That last centre bounce was Patwell, Sherman and Stiller. So try not to make Black and Power just to be too permanent in there.
Warnock up in front of Leuenberger. Well done by Black. Raines held a long time in the tackle. No free kick that time. McLean to Walker to Russell towards half forward. Taken by Murphy. Clever. Now Henderson. Can he kick his second? Bacon square. Well, crowd will enjoy that.
It's a bad miss. Gee, I'm looking forward to seeing the ruck contest tonight. Already, all ruckmen look like they're going to be influential in the game. Cruiser, Leuenberger.
I think at both ends of the ground they're getting into the defensive field, but also having the propensity to move forward and kick a goal.
So here are a couple of them. Leuenberger over the top of Cruiser. Waite trying to fish it out. Murphy gets it back. Scotland in a scoring position, hooking back. Just too far. Big hook down to you, Tim.
Well, further what Lee was saying about Patfull being in the centre bounce, he's actually matched up against Murphy, so he's been running with Murphy. Murphy went off the ground. He came back on before Murphy, and Stiller has a run with a hard tag job on Simpson too, so they're going on and off with their direct opponents.
So Drummond to himself, and then into the heart of the centre square. Redden over the top. They're on here. Banfield run down by Armfield and just put off in the end for a behind.
Gee, that run down from Armfield was valuable. They just got through the Carlton king. That's what Drummond can do when you're able to pinpoint someone in the centre square with space.
And the first couple of kick-ins, they really were patient with their ball use, and it was great to see Drummond kick the ball to himself, carry the line, and the result speaks for itself, although it would have been nice to finish with a goal.
Jamison short. Simpson up from the back pocket. Margin 3 points. Simpson to Thornton. He's in right half back. Drives it just beyond the wing. Big Leapo Halpin. Hit the ground running. Lays it off. Not the best option. Robinson over the football. I think it was intended for Warnock. Robinson, the speedier of the two. Stolen away by Johnston, though. Johnston across to McGrath. McGrath in turn to Black to Drummond. Something good could happen here. Just lobs it up looking for Brown. Loose at the back. Jamison being held. We'll get the free kick.
Oh, he was happy about that. When a defender's facing the goal and there's space between you and the goal, that's a really tough situation for Jamison. So he wasn't sure quite what to do here, I think.
Good kick. Fev had three free kicks given against him last week and none for, so he's in the deficit so far this season. That short ball missing, Joseph.
When you play that really patient ball use game where you chip your way up the field, you really do have to nail the kicks, and Carrazzo missing that one there, it can be a crucial mistake.
You know, Halpin just panicked a bit after the big mark on the centre wing. They lost their advantage there, the Blues. Well done, Warnock. Murphy, Scotland, back to Simpson. It's his 99th consecutive match tonight. He's durable. Good contest, Maguire and O'Halpin, then McGrath to Adcock. And now they can set up. The quarterback in Drummond to centre half forward. Brown went early, tried to get rid of the pack. Ball to be won. Staker, Hurlahan, well done in the end not to give a free kick away, and then Anderson to chase his own footing.
And left half back Anderson. Bumped as he kicked. It goes out of bounds on the full. Good chase from Staker.
Just undid his really good work there, Anderson. He's playing on young Redden, sucked off to get in front of Brown and then followed up, but obviously didn't execute the skill going forward.
Fatigue kick, wasn't it? He just looked, he was out of gas when he had to kick it.
So Ryans, his dad played just over 50 games with the Brisbane Bears. What a player he was. Clark goes back to Patfull. Patfull goes across the ground. There's Drummond again, so much of the football. Just backs off. Told to play on. Well, a bit too easy. The left footer comes back on his left foot and goes down towards half forward. Ill-directed kick. Not a good look from Anderson. Banfield steals it away, goes in and kicks a goal. Well, I think Anderson might have to hang his head again.
Yeah, it's the really unfortunate one, that one. He's a young player, and unfortunately probably didn't look good from an opposition point of view, and made the play, actually got himself in the right position, but you really just have to keep your head up and mark the ball. Well,
apart from not marking the ball again, he was facing the opposition goal, and when he turned, he just kind of didn't know quite what to do.
Yeah.
Banfield just bustled him off it. That was really good play by Banfield, but yeah, Anderson's had a bad couple of seconds.
A lot of clubs have, particularly last season, started to tag Drummond off half back, and already in this first quarter, just in the last 3 or 4 minutes, he's had 5 important touches, really starting to get into the game.
And Tim, the Lions have kicked the last 3 here.
Still held on to Brett Thornton. Thank you, that's it, Andrew, thank you.
So again, there's I think Lee mentioned a few minutes ago, umpires not tolerating players hanging on after the ball's left them. Betts